This guy says, I discovered my wife's threesome affair. You know that feeling when your gut tells you something's off, but your brain keeps making excuses? That was me for the last 6 months. My name's Dave, and I'm 55 years old. Been married to Joanna for 23 years. I've been working as a park ranger for the county for almost 3 decades now. She's a paralegal at a small law firm, one of those places that handles divorces and wills. Funny how that detail matters now. 2 years ago, Joanna came home all excited about this new volunteer opportunity. She said she signed up for CERT training. That's Community Emergency Response Team. It's this program where regular folks learn disaster response, first aid, search and rescue, that kind of stuff. She said the firefighters run it, teaching civilians how to help when disasters hit. Made perfect sense to me. Joanna always liked helping people, and after that big flood 3 years back, everyone was talking about being better prepared. The training was every other Saturday, she said. Started at 8 a.m., ran until about 4 p.m. Pretty intensive stuff. According to her, I was proud as hell, while other couples our age were dealing with empty nest syndrome or whatever. Joanna was out there becoming a certified badass. At least that's what I told myself. She'd come home those Saturdays looking tired but energized. She'd tell me about learning to use fire extinguishers, how to do light search and rescue, basic medical operations. She even showed me some of the knots they taught her. Her stories were detailed, specific. She knew the lingo. Talked about ICS, Incident Command System, mentioned triage techniques, explained how to shut off utilities in damaged buildings. I ate it all up. Bragged about her to my coworkers at the Parks Department. My wife, the hero in training. Then last Monday happened. I was having lunch with Bobby, another ranger, and his wife Janet. Janet mentioned she was thinking about joining CERT herself. Asked if I thought Joanna would recommend it. Of course, I said. Joanna loves it. Janet asked which session Joanna was in, since there were different groups for different parts of the county. I said I wasn't sure, but probably the one that meets on Saturdays. Janet pulled out her phone right there to check the schedule. Said the county website had all the info. She showed me the screen, and that's when my stomach did this weird little flip. The current CERT training schedule showed classes on Wednesday evenings and Sunday afternoons. No Saturday sessions at all. Uh-oh. There's an issue. Janet said maybe Joanna was in an earlier group that already graduated. Yeah, maybe. But that stomach flip turned into a knot that wouldn't go away. When I got home that night, Joanna was making dinner. She asked about my day. I asked about hers. Normal stuff. She mentioned she had CERT training that coming Saturday. Same as always. I didn't say anything about what Janet had shown me. She shook her head and changed the subject. That night, after Joanna went to bed, I sat at my computer in the den, typed in the county CERT website. My hands were actually shaking a little. Stupid, right? The site was comprehensive. They had everything. Current training schedules, upcoming sessions, requirements, contact information, and they had a section called Our Volunteers. 2 years of roster lists organized by graduation date. They were proud of their volunteers, listing everyone who'd completed the program, photos from graduation ceremonies, names of every single person who'd been certified in the last 5 years. I went through every list, every single graduation date for the past 2 years. Then I went back further just to be sure. My wife's name wasn't there, not anywhere. No Joanna Thompson in any graduating class. No photos with her face in any of the group shots. I checked 3 more times, thinking maybe I'd missed it. Even used the search function to look for her name. Nothing. According to the official county website, my wife had never attended a single CERT training session, never graduated, never even signed up. For 2 years, every other Saturday, my wife had been going somewhere for 8 hours, but it wasn't to learn emergency response. Yeah, we know that. I sat there staring at the screen, and all I can think was, if she wasn't at CERT, where the hell has she been going? I didn't confront her, not yet. I needed to know more before I blew up my life. That next Saturday came around, and Joanna was up early as usual, made herself coffee, packed a water bottle and some snacks, told me she'd be back around 4. Same routine for 2 years. While she was in the shower, I went out to the garage and checked her odometer. Wrote the number on my hand, 47,832 miles. She kissed me goodbye, said they were doing building assessment training today. I watched her drive away and felt like the world's biggest asshole for not trusting my wife. Well, you just told us she hasn't taken a cert training for the last 2 years, so why would you decide to trust her after that? But I had to know. When she got home that afternoon, she looked tired like always. Told me about practicing how to mark buildings after disasters, determining if they're safe to enter. More technical stuff that sounded real. After dinner, I made an excuse to grab something from her car. Checked the odometer, 47,895 miles, 63 miles. The county training center is only 10 miles from our house, 23 miles round trip, max. Where the hell did those extra 43 miles come from? I spent the next 2 weeks going crazy. Checked her phone when she was sleeping, but it was clean. No suspicious texts, no weird apps. Either she was really good at hiding things, or she had a second phone. When the next training Saturday rolled around, I was ready. Told Joanna I had to go into work early for a controlled burn prep. Left the house at 7:30, but instead of going to the park, I drove to the McDonald's down the street. Waited in the parking lot until I saw her car pass by. Then I followed her. Stayed about 4 cars back like they do in the movies. Felt ridiculous doing it. She took the highway north, which made sense at first. The training center was that direction, but she passed the exit. Kept driving for another 15 minutes. Then she got off the exit and headed toward a new development with some nice houses. My hands were sweating on the steering wheel. She pulled into the driveway of a very nice 2-story colonial brick home with a 2-car garage. This thing was huge. Big backyard with a privacy fence. The kind of house we always said we'd buy if we won the lottery. I parked across the street, about 3 houses down. Watched her get out of her car. She was wearing workout clothes, same as always for her training. She walked up to the front door and rang the bell. The door opened and this woman appears. She's wearing a fire department t-shirt and basketball shorts. My wife kisses this woman. But the crazy part is what happens next. What I was able to make out, a man suddenly appeared and he kisses my wife as he closes the door. Wow. I thought to myself, what the fuck? They went inside and closed the door. I sat in my truck staring at that door. My brain kept trying to make excuses. I thought, what the hell is going on? Maybe they're just friends from the actual CERT program, but they are kissing. But I knew. Deep down, I already knew. But a woman too? I sat there for 2 hours and 17 minutes. Watched the house like it might tell me something. Saw movement in an upstairs window once. Shadows passing by. My wife was in another man's house with another woman, kissing both of them. That's crazy. In their bedroom, probably, doing things she should only be doing with me. Every minute that passed felt like an hour. Other people walked by with their dogs. A mail carrier came and went. Normal Saturday in suburbia while my marriage fell apart. I thought about knocking on the door. Thought about confronting them right there. But I just sat there like a coward, watching. I watched the front door close behind her, and it hit me. The only disaster she was responding to was the one she created in our marriage. I drove home that Saturday in a daze. My wife was having an affair. Not just an affair, some kind of 3-way thing with a couple. I heard about stuff like this, but never thought it would be my life. Joanna got home at her usual time, around 4 p.m., acted completely normal, told me about practicing with ladders and ropes. I played along, watching her lie to my face like it was nothing. That night I couldn't sleep, kept seeing her kiss that woman, then that man. What the hell had my marriage become? Sunday morning, I told Joanna I needed to check on some trail damage from the recent storms. Instead, I drove back to that house, parked down the street, and walked by like I was just another guy out for a stroll. Got the address. There was a pickup truck in the driveway I hadn't noticed before. Fire department sticker on the back window. On Monday at work, I decided to look up property information to see if I could find out who owns the property. I pulled up the owner's name and it came back to Mark and Lisa Bowman, purchased 18 months ago for $485,000. I also found out through some digging that his wife was a nurse. Everything started clicking into place. A firefighter would know all about CERT training. All those technical details Joanna had been feeding me, the knots, the emergency procedures, the terminology, she wasn't making it up. She was getting it from him. Pillow talk turned into her cover story. That night, I went down the social media rabbit hole. Found Mark's Facebook pretty easy. Big athletic guy with a goatee. Lots of photos from the fire station, charity runs, and other events. Lisa Bowman's Instagram was mostly food pics and workout selfies. Attractive blonde, looked younger than 41. Yoga poses and smoothie bowls. No photos of my wife, thank God, but now I knew exactly who was destroying my marriage. I needed more proof, something concrete for the divorce. Wednesday, I went in early so I could leave a little early. First time in years. I was parked 3 blocks from the Bowman's house by 10 a.m. Joanna was supposed to be at work until 5:30. Her firm was 40 minutes away. At 1:47 p.m., I watched my wife's car turn onto their street. She parked in their driveway. When she walked up to the door, rang the doorbell, the same woman answered the door, and she was naked. What the hell we have here? This wasn't some casual thing. This was established. Routine even. She stayed until 4:15, then drove away. Probably headed home to cook dinner for her clueless husband, acting like she'd been at work all day, dealing with legal briefs and client meetings. Friday morning, I made an appointment with the divorce attorney. This guy has been practicing family law for 20 years. Came highly recommended from a ranger whose brother went through a nasty split. I sat in his office and laid it all out. The fake cert training, the house, the couple, everything. He listened without judgment, taking notes. When I finished, he leaned back in his chair. He said adultery doesn't matter much in our state, but documentation helps with asset division. He said I needed photos and possibly a video, proof of the deception, proof of the affair, proof of her location when she was supposed to be elsewhere. He said he has been doing this for a long time. He advised me not to tell her anything and to maintain the same demeanor. Keep pretending you don't know anything. Take care of your financial affairs and don't clean out your savings. Take half to be on the safe side. Do it quietly. Don't tip her off. The element of surprise is valuable in divorce proceedings. He gave me the name of a private investigator, but said I could probably handle this myself if I was careful. Cheaper that way too. I sat in my truck outside their perfect house, my lawyer's words echoing in my head. This wasn't about saving my marriage anymore. This was about burying them with the truth. My attorney's advice was simple. Protect yourself financially first, then gather evidence. Monday morning, I opened a new checking account at a credit union. Transferred exactly half of our savings, $31,000. She wouldn't notice for weeks since she never checked the statements. I handled all our finances anyway. I removed her as an authorized user from my credit card and got one in my name only. Changed my direct deposit to the new account. Then I found a furnished 1-bedroom apartment near the state park. Month-to-month lease, $900. Nothing fancy, but it was clean and mine. Started moving stuff slowly. A box of important papers here, some clothes there, my dad's watch collection, the photo albums from before we met. Things she'd never noticed were missing. By Friday, I had everything that mattered. Saturday came around again. CERT training day. I was ready this time. Borrowed a better camera from work, one we use for documenting wildlife. Parked down the street from the Bowman's house at 7:45 a.m. Joanna arrived at 8:12, right on schedule. I started recording. She walked to the front door. It opened before she could knock. Both of them were there, Mark and Lisa. They pulled her inside, but not before I caught it all on camera. Lisa kissed her first, then Mark, right there in their doorway. All three of them were laughing like this was the most natural thing in the world. The door closed. I kept filming for another 10 minutes, getting established shots of the house, the cars, and the street sign, building my case. Then I drove home. Joanna got back at 4:22 p.m. I was in the garage pretending to organize tools. She came in talking about rope rescue techniques they practiced, how exhausting it was, how Mark, the instructor, really pushed him hard today, using his actual name in her lie. The balls on this woman. I asked if she wanted to order Chinese for dinner. She said that sounded perfect. We ate shrimp fried rice and watched some Netflix show about house renovations. Just another Saturday night for us. Sunday morning, she went to her sister's for brunch. Perfect timing. I packed the last of my stuff, loaded my truck, downloaded the video onto 3 different USB drives. I printed the divorce papers that my attorney had prepared, left them on the kitchen counter with 1 USB drive. The note was short. I know. Don't bother calling. My lawyer will be in touch. Dave. I blocked her number before I even got to my truck. She tried calling from her sister's phone that afternoon. I didn't answer. A lot of guys won't act like that. A lot of guys will probably be emotional and do something stupid. That never works out in the end. She tried calling from work Monday. Didn't answer that either. My attorney handled everything from there. She tried to contest the divorce at first, wanted counseling, wanted to explain everything. Then my attorney showed her lawyer the video. After that, things moved fast. She didn't want it going public. Neither did the Bowmans, apparently. We split everything 50-50, which was generous considering the circumstances. The house was sold in 3 weeks. Divorce finalized in 6 months. Never had to see her in court. Never had to hear her explanation. The funny part came later. Ran into Bobby's wife, Janet, at the grocery store about 6 months after everything was final. She'd heard through the grapevine that Joanna and the Bowman couple had imploded. Turns out, when your relationship is built on lies and sneaking around, it doesn't hold up well in the light. Mark's wife, Lisa, left him for someone else. That's crazy. Joanna ended up with neither of them. Last I heard, she moved 2 counties over, still working as a paralegal, probably still telling lies to someone new. I don't care anymore. Got my old life back, mostly. Bobby and I do the control burns together. Janet brings me casserole sometimes, says I'm too skinny. I adopted a dog, a lab mix named Scout. He comes with me to work sometimes. Dogs are simple. They just want to walk the trails and chase squirrels. I'm out hiking my trails again most days. The air smells cleaner now. It's funny how you don't realize you've been living in a fog until it finally gets lifted. Well, I didn't expect a woman and a man to answer the door when Opie's wife went to this guy's house. As far as red flags, they were married for over 20 years, which is a common reason why many people don't leave their spouse right away, even when we know they should. Now, I want to address a couple of things. I've been on YouTube for almost 6 years. Out of the 1,000 videos I've had on the channel, only 2 women have sent me stories about their cheating boyfriend or cheating husbands. Women, stop saying that I am bashing women. I am not. Men are the ones who have the courage to send in the stories. Help a brother out. If you have a story you want to share, women, send it. I will narrate it. Another thing about this damn watermark. Most of my older audience, women and men who've been with me from the beginning, they know how many videos I've had on the channel, and they know what I went through. They were lighting my ass up, taking videos from me left and right. So that's the reason why you see a moving watermark on my videos, and it has slowed down the thieves considerably. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time.